acting up.
Future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland, as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
You've got what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
These go to 11.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to round 15 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOVals V8 Supercar Series. Brought to you by TWR Setups 131 Web Radio Network, Scotch Race Fuels, and Inside Lane Productions. With Kobe Cobes, Jordan in behind the cameras, and joining myself, Paul Block Jackson, in the booth tonight is James Watson. How are you doing, James?
I'm doing great, Paul. Always looking forward to this one. Fontana never fails to put on a great show in these cars. I remember last season's race being an absolute barn burner. You know, this track is massive, both in length and width. You've got plenty of track to use at your disposal, plenty of lanes that are viable, mind you. So you can go practically anywhere to have a shot to win coming off of the final corner too. And curious to see how running this place in the day is going to affect tire wear. You know, these the hot Southern California sun always likes to wreak havoc to how long the rubber on these tires can last.
Well, I can't remember the last time I've actually been at this track during the day. Usually we've had a few night races here in the past, but it'll be good to switch that one up and have a day race at Fontana. But there you go, we've got 80 laps here tonight, 50% fuel load, and I think we had four tyres over the wall as usual, so not too much difference there, but always consider this almost like a super speedway track. It's just fast, open, wide, so it pretty much might as well be, really. But the draft's not quite there with super speedways compared to here. So, but last week we were at Kansas, and we had a green-white checker finish under caution with Gary Wellman taking that win over Ryan Barber and Adam Malone. And unfortunate finish there for Cade Donnelly, missing the podium after pitting on that green-white checker under caution.
Yeah, we won't roast him any further about it. Everyone else has done that for us.
Yeah, but it was a good time on Discord there for all the boys having a dig on that one. But tonight, we top 10 standings for our championship coming in. So Gary Wellman with that win last week. A few extra points in the bag over Andy Barber. Ruben Phelps in third there. Troy Davidson fourth. Ryan Barber in fifth. Cade Donnelly sixth. Adam Malone seventh. Nicholas Walsh eighth. Matty Ray ninth. And Todd Maxfield, your top 10 in the season at the moment. Keys to the race tonight. So draft and momentum runs. Obviously, you need to stick with the blokes in front of you. You can't drop off that, because the draft does help a bit here to keep the pace. And yeah, when you sort of lose that, you can get left behind a bit. Tyre wear on the worn surface. So that's a very interesting one there, James. I've seen people running high line, low line here. So all sorts of lines here work, being such a wide track.
Absolutely.
And well, there you go, lane choice and track position. So where you're running on the track, as just mentioned. So if you run low line, high line, we'll soon see where the fast line is tonight as we get underway soon. But the AI predictions and something we I think we forgot to do was our broadcast picks earlier, but we'll get to those. But the AI picks tonight. So the winner pick for AI is Wellman, back-to-back wins. Current points leader, consistent, 6 wins, 9 top 5s. Auto Club being a momentum track. His ability to stay clean and control long runs will pay off. Podium contenders, no surprise there. Andy Barber, right there in the title fight with Wellman, 16 points behind. aggressive and could easily challenge for the win if he keeps it tidy. Well, I'm pretty sure he'll keep it tidy. He usually does. And Ruben Phelps, another steady hand, 7 podiums, always a factor in these longer runs. Auto Club's draft style racing could suit him well. And I'm sure he's counting on a win for himself. Would be nice. And I know he's got big contenders there of Wellman and Phelps. One Barber, sorry. But dark horses. Whoa. AI, look out. This is going big. Troy Mortensen, even though he's further down in points.
Yeah.
He's not good pace when he's in the field. Auto Club's multiple grooves give him room to surprise. Well, look out. It's Morty's time to shine. We'll see what happens out of that one. But AI predicts that late caution restarts Auto Club can shuffle field, so the winner may come from a top 5 restart under 10 laps to go. I think I'd argue against that one on AI. Saving tyres over a 20-lap run might mean more than outright speed. Penalty points have bidden some, anti-Todd, etc. So discipline will matter just as much as speed. And the final call from AI, Wellman edges Barber for the win. Phelps completes the podium. So that's AI's picks tonight. Very in-depth there. I think AI's getting better at this each week and giving us a bit more detail to reasons why there.
I, for one, am hoping it's right about the Mortensen pick. A Morty win would feed generations.
Well, we've got to feed into AI, don't we? Make AI believe. But, don't know. We'll have to see if he stays awake for this race. I believe he's a bit sore on his sim rig tonight. So, hopefully he'll be able to finish this race off and have a good result as well. Just wrapping up practice now and rolling over to qualifying in just a moment's time. So we'll get our picks there. Looks like Matty Ray's got a new profile.
Yeah, I'm not used to AI Matty Raymond. That's jarring.
He felt a bit left out there, I think, so he went with the AI generated stuff. And I believe his partner Ruben Phelps has got his own one up there as well. So we get to see the AI Phelps version tonight. So there he is there. Man. Look at that.
That's fantastic.
Even got the TW overalls on there, James. Look at that.
You'll love to see it.
Hopefully, with a few more, a couple more rounds to go, that we might see a few more drivers jumping into the AI screens there and next season. Quali underway. Tyson Carey there on track at the moment, making his way out for his pace lap.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of lap times we're going to get with the heated track. Track temp is fairly toasty at 117 degrees, so it's going to be hard to get a real nice lap, even with how wide open you are able to be around here.
Just had to get our driver pick in there, so smashing on the keys there for a minute, excuse me, but a couple of minutes in at the moment, and it's a long track around here, so it does take a few minutes for us to start getting some results coming up, and they are slowly rolling in now, so that's just the first lap times as well, so could see them go a little bit faster on the second lap. Ryan Barber on screen at the moment. Yeah, might be able to bring up a tower in a minute, maybe to. Yeah, that's not the tower though. That's the positions. Usually, you get the tower on the side there, Kobe.
I like the
easier to
ticker.
read.
For whatever reason, the ticker is easier for me to read than the tower. Hooray!
We're getting full graphics tonight. There we go. Just arguing there. But it's a lot nicer to read the leaderboard there for quali, I reckon. Ticker, yeah, during the race is good. Keep the screen for the cars and everything. But quali, you want to see where everyone's stacking up like that. So currently, Cade Donnelly at the top there. He's put himself in a nice position there. So he's looking for a redemption from last week. And I think we've got a few new drivers in the field tonight as well. So Ruben Phelps jumping up to second there. Looking for a win, hopefully, here tonight.
Yeah, Chris Severa, another new car in the series. Hopefully him and Junior stay very, very far away from each other. No reason in particular. Or reasons in particular.
I hear I've been missing some action.
Nah, no. Nothing interesting happened. There is certainly not any, heated moments during an ARCA race from anybody. It didn't happen.
Well, we've got about 40 seconds to go there left to quali, so we'll let the boys finish up there, and we'll come back with you and the starting grid in just a moment.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Qualifying done and dusted, round 15 here tonight for the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOVals V8 Supercar Series. And we have the Mike Gremlin Barber starting grid. So Cade Donnelly taking pole position tonight with Ruben Phelps alongside on the front row. Kenny Conamos and Troy Davidson on the second row. Tyson Carey and Andy Barber on the third row. Gary Wellman hot on the heels of Andy Barber there, and Adam Malone on the fourth row. Daniel Blinko and Giuseppe Moalo in the fifth row.
And then we have Bob DeJersey in 11th in the 86 and Nicholas Walsh in the 222 on row 6. Ryan Barber in the 05 and Todd Maxfield in the 16 on row 7. Row 8 features the 968 of Sammy K and the 173 Peter Madsen. Row 9 features Cameron Hardwick in the 165 and Scott McClintock in the 016. Nigel Patton in the 90 and Shannon Wright in the 023, rounding out the top 20. Jacob Dean B in the 34 and Nick Burling in the 160 on row 11. Row 12 features Matty Raymond in the 80 and Troy Mortensen in the 83. Row 13 has Chris Sabera in the 9 and Colin Bennett in the 242. Glenn Woomwell in the 11 and Jason Tyerman in the 82. And rounding out your starting grid, the 00 of Rusty Plant and the 27 Derek Jacobs.
Alrighty, well, while they're making their way out onto track formation lap, we've got our in-house picks for tonight. So we'll start off with Kobe Jordan.
I'm going to go with Andy Barber again this week. I know he's got a win in him. He's racing this race with passion and emotion, so keep with it, Andy. I know you got one in you, brother.
Alrighty, there's Andy Barber. Hopefully he can make up some grounds on Gary Wellman tonight. And James, what's your pick for tonight?
I'm going to go chalk and take the point leader, Gary Wellman.
Well, no surprise there. I'm banning both of you from picking Gary and Andy next week, so you're going to have to change that up. So we're putting the ban hammer down on that one for next week. But I went the underdog. Good to see Sammy Katakuzanos back on track. He hasn't raced this season, but he's been in other Supercar Series seasons before and a good road runner as well. So I'm going for a big underdog pick tonight with Sammy K. But, we are going green. Kate Donnelly taking us away. And a nice little jump there. That mid-line there already. Getting some nice pace there with Phelpsy. But with those first couple of laps, he's already blowing straight past on the outside there on Donnelly. So I wonder if he'll hold on to that. And even though he's clear, looks like he's going to choose to stay on that outside line at the moment, and then Cade's merging up, so looks like we might see that high line already getting a bit of pace into it.
Yeah, he was already able to carry a lot of momentum, able to kind of take the lead effortlessly for the most part, but getting the lead at a draft-heavy track isn't the hard... Oh, we already got a car going around! 2 cars involved, Patton and I believe Scott McClintock.
Yeah, just caught that smoke in the background, and
I think Colin Bennett got involved somehow.
We'll chuck a replay on that one and just have a look what happened there. So this looks like the starting grid, so behind a lap there. Cars everywhere at the moment. Bit hard to tell on that at the moment what's happening. Making the way down the back straight. Coming to turn 3 out of 4.
Wow.
Look at the big wash up there into that gap. Lucky that gap was there. Moving all over the place at the moment, whoever that was, and just caught at the back of Scott McClintock there.
Yeah, I can't quite tell who turned the McClintock. Pat was just the innocent bystander, and then what happened to Bennett? Ooh. See, there's more carnage up,
Wall,
and
cars off the wall. Someone trying to avoid, maybe just caught the back of him.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger incident than just those 2 that we originally saw. Gracious. So you see a lot of cars came down pit road.
I bet I didn't predict that one that early on. So, under caution at the moment. Derek Jacobs there coming out of pit lane. Colin Bennett there as well. So we might chuck to a quick ad break there, and we'll come back for the restart of this race.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Alrighty, we are back. Round 15 of the Doogie Mobile. Everything simulated OzOVals Supercar Series here at Auto Club Speedway. Not even a lap into the race. Our first caution coming out. So drivers are now reformed, ready to take the green flag again. Kate Donnelly going to be taking us away, but got one of our newcomers on the front row alongside of him. So we'll see here he goes on the jump. Nicholas Walsh going to be in behind Kate Donnelly, so they're going to get a nice jump with them boys on this restart.
Wow.
And there we go. Huge jump. Caught sleeping there, and that's the joys of teamwork on communication. So good jump there for Nicholas Walsh.
A lot of people got caught sleeping. There was a lot of space on that outside line. Oh, someone made a little bit of wall contact.
I mean, there's plenty of racetrack there. You don't have to run on the wall. It's one of the widest tracks we've got, so shouldn't be any wall scrapes tonight.
I think it might be the widest track. I mean, maybe Talladega, but I don't know. This place has always felt wider to me. Probably because of the fact that, and I touched on this at the beginning of the show, you know, you have so many different lanes and all of them are viable to at least some degree. Like, you'll see a lot of guys running up high by the wall. You'll see some guys in the middle, some wrapping the white line on the inside. And that's why I've always liked this place a lot more than, say, Michigan. Because Michigan, you really only have the first two lines, maybe, to use. And you never really venture right up at the wall. But here, you can use any line and make significant pace on it. You know, you're never kind of boxed in for the most part. Yes, sometimes certain cars, you know, it might be a lot more dominant up by the wall and you'll have to break out some side jobs here and there, but you know, you could still, as we're already 3 wide and I think we're only on the 3rd lap back green, but yeah, they're proving what I'm saying. Like, look at all the different lines being used, and yet we still have 2 cars trying to use the same line.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been boxed here a few times. You get that good run out of the corner onto the back straight, and alongside that wall, you can get a pretty good draft down the back straight with the wall and carry a lot of speed. And sometimes you got that car on the inside of you, and you're stuck there on the wall, and you're thinking, well, I've got a pretty good run here, I just can't get past. And the car in front, you got the draft on them, and you're just boxed, so you can't go anywhere. But it's one of those things, you just sit there for the ride until you can make your moment and make your moves, make your pass, and try and get that job done. But we'll see. We got Tyson Carey taking over the lead of this race at the moment. New lead change, and good to see a new face at the front of the pack as well.
Yeah, I think this might be the first laps he's led, as we're 3 wide here for 4th. But yeah, I definitely hear what you're saying, Paul. And yeah, even with all the lanes you could use, like I said, it still sometimes kind of turns into it's like, oh, well, everyone's running the top, can't really make a whole lot of time on the inside. But like, you still have the ability to kind of run down there, and like the preferred line will kind of change. Maybe not necessarily in certain cars, but you know, you're not going to be racing kind of the same 1 or 2 lines here every time, like other tracks in the similar size tend to turn into.
Well, you saw there, Chris Severa, Troy Davidson, Todd Maxfield was 3 wide and having a good run. Chris Severa on that inside line managed to clear both the Sim boys there and get that spot, but a bit of movement there on track as well, and you can see Troy Davidson right back there on his bumper, so it's definitely draft heavy. Rusty Plant there, and as we were having a bit of a chat earlier with Matty Ray, I don't know if that's his real name there, Rusty Plant, but interesting one there for us. But everyone at home, but, yeah, making his debut race as well, and popping out there behind Chris Severa, making the dive into turn 3, getting up alongside, and Sim Boys very racy tonight with each other as well in the back of that.
Yeah, no kidding. They almost got a little too racy there.
Yeah, Nicholas Walsh almost in the back of his teammate Troy Davidson, but play on. There's a few of them starting to line up there. Kate Donnelly just dropping back a little bit to group up with his teammates as well. So let the front of this race play out a little bit, and maybe strategy-wise save a little bit of fuel perhaps. And big wall impact there.
Yeah, one of the Fox 1 cars might have caught the wall a little bit.
I'm very curious. I was watching the tower there, and it had Adam Malone in 11th and then Adam Malone in 11th. I'm like, I'm trying to work out who's there, and you can see it there now, 11th, 11th. It's like he's in 2 spots. So not too sure what's going on with that. Sammy K in 10th there. So a bit of a glitch in the system tonight.
Adam's so good, he's encompassing 2 positions at once.
Yeah.
Oh look, and now there's 2 Sammy K's. Oh, and now it's fixed. There we go.
Position should change that much that everyone's bouncing around there, but James D. Bean there.
Run up! Oh boy, I thought that was going to be way worse than what it was. Whew!
Getting feisty in the back, in the mid pack here.
Yeah, I thought for sure Cameron Hardwick was. Sorry, Paul, but I thought for sure Cameron Hardwick was gonna eat the wall there with that contact. I have no idea how he kept it out of the wall. Honestly, it was some great driving.
Well, we saw some big impacts last week at Kansas that did a fair bit of damage to drivers' cars. So it doesn't look like the walls is brutal tonight at Auto Club, though.
Which is weird since they're carrying a lot more speed, but who knows at this point.
Just grind the wall and keep going. It's more of a flowing track in the speed, so you can rub that and keep going with the momentum.
Absolutely, and you're staying at a higher average speed. You know, you're not obviously you're not having to let off in the corners nearly as much here as as say Kansas.
Well, I don't think anyone would be letting off here, but Rusty Plant looking like he's wanting to make the move for the lead of this race on Tyson Carey at the moment to the inside, and not quite able to keep that speed on that low line. So Tyson Carey's just going to drive right around him and then use that wall draft to keep that lead at the moment. Going to be hard to make that pass as these laps go on for that inside. So you've got to sort of wait a little bit and see if the guy in front goes early into the corner, and then see if you can try and get around the outside of him.
Oh, someone got the wall. I think it might have been another one of the Fox 1 cars that just scraped it a little bit off the corner exit. But you know, Paul, they might not be letting off now, but they might be here in another 10 laps or so, because tire wear is going to be a big question mark. Is a little bit of side-to-side contact with Patton and Matty Raymond. But yeah, this obviously we're all well aware of how Fontana just absolutely chews your tires, and these V8 supercars are not easy on the right fronts in oval settings. So, and you factor that in with the fact that we're running in the daytime for the first time in some time in OzOVals. I'm going to be curious to see what everyone's tires are going to be like here as the race goes on.
Ooh, I'm not sure if Rusty just tapped the wall there. I thought he was in the prime position there on that outside to make that run on Tyson Carey that time, but again, looks like he couldn't quite get that job done. So fighting for that lead, it's going to start hurting their tyres. And the rest of the pack here, quite close as well. They're all going to be hungry for making some positions up. Chris Severa there on the back and Nicholas Walsh. Again, Rusty on the outside there. Tyson Carey just holding on to that inside line. He's got some pretty good pace into the corner and through it and out, that he can still hold that that lead over Rusty at the moment. So maybe Rusty's just trying to get him to use up a little bit of tyre, perhaps. As you see Tyson there go early into the corner, as I mentioned, that's one way to try and get that outside pass lined up. But Tyson doing a pretty good job on that inside line as well at the moment. Rusty looking for that inside now, see if he can get that job done. See if he can make that inside run. He's going to wash up big there. Tyson's going to get the undercut on him.
Yeah, it kind of turned that into an unintentional slide job. As got real close to the outside wall. And here comes the two trying to take over second.
And Kenny going for a run. We're going to send it 3 wide for the lead of the race. Not quite going to make that, but Rusty just grinding that wall on the exit. That's going to make him lose a little bit of pace as well.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, otherwise we might be calling him Rusty Wall Plant in a minute or two.
Your hair all right, James?
I absolutely am. And I'm way prouder of that joke than I have any right to be. Anyways, we see a massive dive from Phelps here.
Yeah, Phelpsy been conserving those tyres a little bit, and he's slowly been making his way through the field towards the front, up into the top 5 at the moment. Up into the top 3 now. So Ruben Phelps having a nice little run at the moment, like 22 of 80. So pit stops, what are we predicting on pit stops?
The
elbows are coming out.
Oh, we're going to be nearly
there.
5 wide. Man, something happened to Adam Malone, and he got, like, almost turned into the wall. It was hefty contact from the 3, but it... Honestly, I don't know if I see any damage on his car, but that looked like a hard hit.
Yeah, definitely lost a few spots out of that one, but wasn't too sure. I saw Giuseppe go wide and make the pass, but you'll probably have to go to replay on that one to see biggest movers at the moment. Looks like Rusty and Chris Vera there, up 21-23 spots each.
And then Maxfield up 12. That's also a pretty good start to the race so far.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what are we predicting on a fuel run here, James? What do you reckon?
Well, knowing my fantastic track record of predicting fuel windows and things of that nature, I'm gonna say probably around lap 30. We'll see as Plant Severa got real close.
Lap 30, you reckon, eh? Well, it's a lot more than the previous setup, Junior Squad. So we could have only made 4 laps there tonight, but lap 30, eh? I was going to say probably around 28 or something. The elbows are out at the moment. Nicholas Walsh just second Milo, bouncing off each other.
And now they're 3 wide for their efforts. Oh man, we're almost 4 wide.
Yeah, Shannon Wright going right for the apron on that one to try and stay out of trouble there, and Adam Malone having a big run in, but just wiping off a little bit of the pace to save those tyres. No distinct breakaway from the whole field, really. Like everyone's sort of all pack racing as we are tonight. Todd Maxfield going for the pass there, but we've got a meatball coming out for our first driver. I think is that Nick? I think.
Nick Burling.
So maybe Auto Club struck 26 odd laps in on tyres. To Maxfield, Phelps going at it for the lead with Tyson. No one wants to give up the lead of this race without a fight.
Oh my lord.
4 wide into turn 1 almost for the lead of the race.
Like,
oh no, here we go. Here comes the big one.
And
I don't even know where he disappeared to.
Where did he go? Tyson Carey got sent to the Shadow Realm.
That's a interesting one.
Beat me up, Scotty. What in the world? He got abducted by the aliens.
Well, I guess that's one way to save the whole field. I think they all might have to buy him a beer later.
What happened? I can't wrap my head around it. And when the world needed him most, he vanished.
And
how in the world did lost in all that? How in the world did Todd Maxfield save that car? That was incredible.
Well,
that should have been a much bigger wreck than what we saw.
Well, we're going to have to nickname him the Magic Man, I think. But we've got Gary Wellman up in the booth with us, our championship leader at the moment. How you going, Gary?
Yeah, good. Jacko, how you going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. How's your race going? You're sitting there in the middle of the pack at the moment.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd go full green run just to spread the field out again, but she'll be bunched back up and, yeah, we go for another stint, I suppose. We'll get the record in the pits here too.
Drama and pit lane.
No!
and he's doing a nice spin in front of you too.
Yeah, that was just what I needed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I did notice there's a fast repair there tonight too. I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit unusual.
Ah, well.
Hashtag Blake Jr.
The gift of the gods on that one, but yeah, what's the strategy? There's the replay there on that pit moment there. I think Nick Burling bobbed to Jersey coming into his pit stall and yeah, took out the corner of Nick Burling there. So what's the fuel load like for a stint? How many laps you reckon you can go for the
I
tank?
was comparing it with the boys there, and I was saving a bit more than them, so I can't remember how many I had left. I think it was around 10 or 12 laps before I had to go in, so yeah, so we'll definitely need another stop.
I was going to say, you could have almost made it a one-stopper, but maybe not now.
Nah, not now. I don't reckon we would have done before either. We had that first caution, so we had to top up, so
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, we'll just save the gear and stay out of the way. They're racing pretty hard at the front, so we'll just try and stay out of trouble for a bit.
Yeah, I think they're racing hard everywhere. The battle's been going on, 3 wide, even mid-pack as well, so
yeah, it's sort of hard to find a clear patch where you can just run your line, but that's a big field, so you kind of expect that, I suppose.
Yeah, well, at least we're at the right track for this sort of racing tonight. But we'll let you get back to the boys, and hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of the race.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see how she goes anyway. Cheers, boys.
No, all right, thanks, Gazza. Well, as I said, James, we're going to have to call Tyson Carey the Magic Man for disappearing act with that one. Snapped his fingers and all that was left was smoke.
Yeah. He is back. He is 1 lap down, but back in this race. And yeah, in all my years on sim racing, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what to describe, but that certainly was the thing that did happen.
Well, as I said, everyone can buy him a beer after the race, but pace car lights out. We're going to have Ruben Phelps and Todd Maxfield on the front row taking us away to green this time around. And Adam Malone there in behind Phelpsy.
Oh, big stack up.
Almost a check up there. I don't know what happened there. Chris Severo almost in the back of Adam Malone, and away we go. Could have almost had another caution on that restart, but we're away and everything's going well so far. So hopefully we can get another green flag run and a bit more wall rubbing back there as well. Todd Maxfield looking for the lead on Ruben Phelps, but not quite able to carry the pace into the corner. But he's definitely got the pace out of the corner. He's going to get up alongside Phelpsy for a drag to the start-finish line. Looks like he's in front there as well. So he takes over the lead on that one.
Yeah, impressive considering that he did that basically all by himself. He had no one behind him on the inside line, and now he's got some help. Got Severo right behind.
Well, just wonder if Phelpsy might be taking it easy. Fresh set of tyres there into this run, and looking to try and preserve those tyres a bit early on, not fight too hard, and probably just ride around behind Todd Maxfield, see if he can keep a bit of wear up his sleeve and maybe try and get a breakaway a bit later into the stint if we remain green. Looks like he wants to...
got a car in the wall, 77! Oh, and he got hit by someone else! Oh, it looks like Derek Jacobs. Again.
That's Daniel Blinko and Derek Jacobs there. And hard track to reverse on sometimes here, or get a good run off to drive away from it. Check to the replay here at the moment, and we'll just have a look at what brought out that caution. Ooh.
Oh.
Bit hard to tell from that top view. Almost looks like maybe a little bit of neck code, but it was pretty close there and just caught. And then huge impact there from Derek Jacobs after. Well, that's what's that? Our third caution here, and we're not even halfway into this race at the moment. So a couple more laps under yellow, and we'll go to a quick air break, and we'll be back soon. Of course, we've got to get the onboard action here from DJ, full lock almost. That car was not turning anywhere. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you love the thrill of racing but hate the risks, then buckle up. Everything Simulated is here to merge adrenaline with absolute safety. In a world where technology meets adrenaline, Everything Simulated is revolutionizing driver training with state-of-the-art simulators. From truck training to the thrill of motorsports, our simulators offer the most realistic experiences across all automotive applications. Gone are the days of endless bookwork and basic drills. Now it's all about hands-on, pulse-pounding action that prepares you for the real deal. Whether you're maneuvering a heavy mining vehicle or racing a high-speed car, our simulators, equipped with cutting-edge technology from leaders like Simrigs and Track Racer, bring every nuance of the drive to life. And talk about making a mark. We're not just building simulators, we're fostering talent. From grassroots motorsports to professional series like the Aussie Outlaw GT3, sponsored by us, Everything Simulated is fueling dreams and careers. Ready to feel the excitement of the racetrack under your fingertips? Connect with us, and let's build your next simulator adventure together. Remember, we support those who support us. Join the Everything Simulated family, and let's race towards the future.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight on Inside Lane Productions for round 15 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOVals V8 Supercar Series. And next week we are going retro racing, retro round I should say, where the drivers will chuck on a retro livery from flashback to the past, and we'll see how many of those we can maybe pick. I'm probably going to pick like none of them, but we'll see if we can pick some of those out as our job in the booth. But we've got a job for everyone tuning in at home next week, and we need your help. So everyone that's done a retro livery for next week's race, we'll be voting from everyone tuning in, and whoever gets the most votes will win a setup subscription there. I think, James, you might be able to fill us in a little bit more on that one from TWRS.
Yes, sir. A free 1-month subscription will be going to the paint that the fans watching at home love the most. So, got some prize up for the winners of the fantastic throwback race.
Alrighty, thank you for supplying that one and TWR setups, and there's that code on screen as well. So for everyone else tuning in on races or other drivers, that can chuck in for a 10% discount code as well at checkout. But we're going racing once again, and Rusty Plant and Nick Burling taking us away to green this time round. Rusty getting a nice run there, but Todd Maxfield already on the charge yet again on the outside there of Nick Burling. Nick having a big jump after getting a meatball and a spin in pit lane, so all the drama happening for Nick tonight, but he's managed to strategize his way up to second after all of that.
Yeah, what a turnaround for him. He had a meatball not that long ago.
Reset my screen here. It's not the best.
Oh!
But the arms are out again at the front. Chris Severo getting a little bit of a door knock there from Hardwick. Again, as Gary Wellman said a little bit earlier when we just brought him up into the booth, some hard racing up at the front, and definitely not wrong there. So, oh, I think that was Bob de Jersey. Just managed to save that one. He had the car sideways, almost losing that then, but managed to save that. Rusty Plant on a big cut off there on Todd Maxfield on his run coming into turn one. Rusty trying to control 5 lanes there and not let anyone ever run at him.
Yeah, that's a fantastic run for the 00 right now, and once again we are all gray here up at the front. Don't adjust your TVs or whatever you're watching this race from. This is, in fact, in full color.
We are in 2025, not in the 1980s and black and white TVs or 70s. I don't even know when color TV come out.
60s, good 60s, gracious.
50s for some, who knows?
Yeah, the throwback week is next week, everybody. Not this week.
Got a bit of a run at the front here.
Oh, well, look, another great car has joined the fray.
Yeah, we won't.
Somehow this is more painful.
Kobe's thinking at the booth at the moment.
Oh my God! Holy! Oh no! Oh, there it is! Oh no! Oh no! This is gonna be bad! Oh! Oh!
Wow, that was quite a move there from Todd Maxfield, and just unsettled the back.
Oh, what a great day.
Cam Hardwick.
And then I think there was more... I think there was more contact under caution, too. I think Shannon Wright might have got hit by somebody. Yeah.
Just gave the back of Rusty's bumper there a tap, which moved him up a little bit, and there was a car next to him, and yeah, everything unfolded from there.
I see. That's a
Well,
interesting potential development that would kind of answer a couple questions.
Yeah, that's definitely going to change the effect of this race, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to test that theory out.
Maybe, don't know. We'll have to leave that one for the race habits. What is that pit stop there for Chris Severa? He's going for the old Phelpsy stop there. There's someone else in there as well, pointing that car sideways for the exit.
Yep, damage is off. Okay, well that sure is an interesting development there.
We know who to blame for that one.
Once again, blame Junior.
Blame Junior.
Okay.
So, it never ceases to amaze me with iRacing, with the fact that, you know, it seems like random things get turned on at random times, because I don't understand how, because obviously he, as I'm sure a good chunk are aware, we had to make a separate session, a new session, blame Junior. And had to, in the rush of putting up a new session, somehow certain things were checked and other things were left unchecked. And I just don't understand how, and it always seems to happen in instances like this where you're having to thrash and throw up a new session. And it's like, how do some of these settings get changed? Because I don't understand how it would go from, you know, a normal OzOVal race of, you know, damage on to suddenly damage is off and fast repairs are on. Like, things that are never messed with. So I just never understand how the session settings get so messed up in times like this. It's one of the weirdest things I've seen from iRacing that just continues to not make a whole lot of sense.
Well, maybe they thought we were overdue for a demolition round and just thought, why not? Let's put a fast repair on, no damage, and just let the boys go nuts and get into each other.
Is it truly a demolition round if no one's getting demolished?
Well, that's a fair point too, but it'll help for our championship points if no one gets demolished. So, I mean, there's also a downside to that as well. So, you know, blokes that probably shouldn't be finishing the race can be up here at the front. So.
And it means all the dumb moves as we're back to green.
Chris Severa taking us away for the green flag, and a nice jump there. Adam Malone going as well. Chris Severa jumping up high. Adam Malone left all boys lonesome there. Maybe that's all Malone and Malone.
Boo! Who do you think you are with such bad puns, me? There's only room for one terrible pun master in this booth. Thank you very much. Trying to take my job. That's all I do around here. Scream and make bad jokes.
Well, what are we now? I can't even read what lap we're on because it's very blurry on my screen, which is always fun to look at. But lap 46 of 80. And seemed to have done that for me last week as well, but just the old streaming thing. So I think it's when I pop out to a full screen, it maybe screws it up for me. I don't know, but that looks much clearer now on my screen.
Whoa!
And looks like we're going 3 or 4 wide here again.
Yeah, the screen is clear, but the track is anything but.
Well, we got Matty Ray coming on his way through. Giuseppe in the middle there, coming in. Yeah, we got some new runners making their way to the front for a.
And look at Bob the Jersey just ripping the lip. Look at that. Carrying all the speed off of turn 2.
Oh, yeah. I see a gold car coming in the background too. Troy Mortensen. He's wanted to prove AI right.
Come on. That's our dark horse pick. Let's go. Oh no!
Matty Ray. No, is it?
No, Adam Malone.
Adam Malone, yeah.
It's fine. He's fixed now.
Impact, but I managed to save that. Hopefully there's not too much. Well, there is no damage, so there is no impact. What impact?
Yep, you're right. Well, your wish has been granted. There is no hard contact to that 3. Man, look at all these elevator moves.
Isn't he? Look at him.
No kidding. Oh no.
Well, the helmets are off, the gloves are off, boots are off, everything's off tonight, and no holding back.
This might become the dumbest race in the history of this series, and I am here for it. Oh no! Oh, what a save by Severa! Got a bump from the Magic Man himself. And you know what? I just realized his sacrifice in his disappearance suddenly doesn't mean that much, since no one would have gotten damaged anyways.
They still owe him a beer, right?
Absolutely.
I wanted to see the big one, but he had to disappear, didn't he? I've been waiting all season for the big one. They're making me wait for Talladega, aren't they?
Well, considering that I feel like it's only a matter of time before these guys start to pick up the damages off, and they can probably push a little harder. I feel like you might be getting your wish at some point.
Yeah, I think they already know that damage might be off, and that's why they're racing so hard at the front here. But Bob the Jersey looking to take the race lead off Maxfield. And I was going to say, it doesn't even look like Maxfield at the front there, so that timing's off a little bit. Cameron Hardwick.
So we're nearly 4 wide once again. It's like a staggered 4 wide. Oh boy.
Sand in there from Tyson Carey. This could be the night we get 3 new guests up in the booth with us, James.
I thought you were going to say this might be the night we launch a car into the stands.
Well, there is a fence for that. I don't know if that'd clear the fence or not, but...
I don't know. Nothing would surprise me at this point. Let's damage off, baby. Anything's possible.
Well, surely the admins will look if there's any intentional wrecking anyway because of that damage being off, but some good hard racing anyway, and we play on.
Yeah, Jersey and Hardwick are fighting hard for the lead, and here comes the Magic Man.
A little bit of a break there for Hardwick. Almost getting to the back of the Jersey. And there's that box where you sort of don't have anywhere to go. You've got to look for that outside here as he is at the moment, but don't quite get the run at back out. A little bit of that. And Giuseppe Milo up to the front as well now. Looking to get in amongst it at the front.
And apparently Todd Maxfield has a black flag for incidents, I believe, and he is not happy about it.
Ooh, incident points coming into play tonight, huh? That's a new one that we haven't really... Well, no, I know that we've had that, but not one that we've had to worry about yet. So
yeah. It's never been an issue because the cars are dead long before they make it that far. Usually if you make it to 8 or 12, you're not really going to be able to get the last few you need. But with tonight's new wrinkle, it's absolutely possible.
I was going to say, I wouldn't have thought Todd would have been mixed up in too much anyway. He's been up the front, so I'm not sure how he would have racked up that many points.
Are you sure? Have you seen how they've been racing?
I mean, that's rubbing. There's big impact there.
See?
Phelps and I think that was Rusty. They're bouncing off each other, but see that'll be a 0x surely.
Yeah, I've seen some things from the hitboxes in the sim before.
I thought Malone was going to poke that up the inside there, but thought better of it.
Oh, Severa shooting it 3 wide.
Just to hold on to that, not washing up too much, but Giuseppe's going to keep him down low.
Oh!
I think that was a return serve there from Phelps and Plant. Like, you hit me on that side of the car, so I'll hit you on that side of the car. I wonder if we're going to see any moves from some of our championship runners at in the next sort of 20-odd laps. You know, they're sort of running out of time. Still got a pit stop to make, but with this pack running like this, they're going to have to fight their way through this pack to get some much-needed points, especially Andy Bauer, who needs to claw back a few points on Wellman.
Well, not necessarily, because this being such a draft-heavy track, when it comes to races like this, the strategy I always try to employ is I'm running for like the entirety of the race until we make that final stop. I'm running about mid-pack on back as a little bit of Fox 1 on Fox 1 violence right there. But yeah. I always try to save as much fuel as I can. That way, when I do make my final pit stop, I'm having to take less fuel, and suddenly all the track position I don't have from all that fuel saving, I gain because I'm taking a lot less time in my box having to fill up, so I get to exit out quicker. So that's what I believe those two are up to.
In a draft-heavy race like this anyway, and that pit entry, if it does come alive under green, that's going to be very messy entry with a big field tonight, so it'll be an interesting one if we can get that green flag pit.
Exactly why I always try to pit by myself.
Do you also sing all by myself?
Absolutely. All by myself. That's all I'm legally allowed to sing before we get DMCA'd.
I don't think we'd have any issue with that happening. And don't quit your commentary job.
Why? But you love hearing my voice. Anyways, we got a couple cars coming down pit road. There's the Sim Boys.
I was waiting for you to say there's the Skittles coming down pit road, but
they're Tootsie Rolls.
Well, I mean, grey's not a colour, so Todd Maxfield hasn't come in with them.
It is if you leave that Tootsie Roll out too long.
That's the inside of the wrapper, isn't it?
Yeah.
The metallic foil on the inside of the wrapper. Yeah. Still got Bob the Jersey leading the way there. So Sim Boys are locked in on their strategy at the moment. So working together, they're going to try and get a nice little draft run going themselves and see if they can put themselves out there. But looks like Nicholas Walsh a little bit far behind on Wellman there. Maybe he can go into some slow down moves in front of the field here, slow them down so the boys in front can run a bit quicker.
Yeah, it looks like Nick just might have got left in the bag. You see another car bringing it down pit road.
It looked very shaky, trying to wipe off that speed too coming into pit lane there.
No kidding, and that was a late entry too, but seems to have gotten away with it.
There's Peter Matson, Nigel Padden coming out of pit road as well, so looks like Sim Boys got a pretty good run through that. So yeah, maybe that fuel safe strategy helped them get a pretty good jump out in front of the pack, whereas you can see some of the others coming out rejoining in the middle of the pack here.
Yeah, it's great teamwork and great strategy.
A lot of smoke in pit lane there.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how all these pit stops unfold, because this will be our last pit stop unless we have another caution. It's just a matter of when for everyone. When's everyone going to pit? Looks like everyone at the front don't want to be pitting yet. So they're running it out.
Yeah, they can still go a few laps longer. Not too much longer. Oh! That might have been Rusty Plant that caught the wall off of two.
Dark horse there at the back there, inside the top 10 though. Group of 5 running together. Matty Ray in front of that. Rusty Plant, Adam Malone, and Hardwick.
Yeah, it's just kind of a holding pattern right now, waiting for the rest of the field to make their stops before we really have a understanding on who's competing now.
There's Kay Donnelly, Troy Davidson, Gary Wellman. Not sure who's behind Wellman there, and Chris Severa. So I know Chris Severa's made his stop as well, probably a lap or two after the Simboys in front did. So he's come out in a pretty good spot as well. As I said, just a matter of when these. Ooh.
Yeah, Tyson
Big.
Carey. Yeah, he ended up on the apron somehow. Whoa. Plant has been very up close.
Oh, Phelpsy, come on.
Oh my god.
I think his elbow was outside his driving net and into the car on that one. We got a yellow as well. We got a caution.
Yeah, that's what I went, oh my god, about. And oh!
Well, that one snapped away from him. And there's not going to be much saving of that one. It's alright, we'll just super glue that front bumper on in just a moment. And look, it's already back on that. I think it's just got like one of those detachable strings or something that it just pulls back on.
Oh. Black flag for Rusty Plant, incident points.
Oh, bet he didn't plan that. That's getting worse, isn't it?
Listen, one of us has to be the straight man, and this is definitely not going to be me.
That's Kobe in our ear telling us what to do. So, well,
I'm waiting for Kobe to chime in, going, "I ain't responsible for that."
Well, I'm sure all of our front runners are blessed with that yellow flag pit stop now. So it's going to be a fair few waiver rounds coming through, I'd say, soon. But in saying that, Simboys were actually in front of the lead pack, so and Cade's coming in. So that's not going to work out. I thought they'd stay out, and maybe they're going to go another set of tyres.
Maybe.
Alrighty, well, for everyone at home, we got Matty Raymond in the booth. How you going, Matty?
Hey, Peter. How you going, man? I can barely hear you, sorry, mate, and I can't turn you up.
Yeah, well, do you want me to yell, or...
Oh, no, that's better.
I was trying to lean back a little bit and be comfortable with my chair under caution, but I'll pick up the mic and I'll move it so I can still lean back. How's things going out there?
Yeah, it's alright, man. It's a bit chaotic, but yeah, it's good fun so far.
Yeah, so you could get used to fast repair and damage off, could you?
Well, no, I like it the other way around. I like people bending their cars because I'm normally pretty good at keeping mine straight, so...
Well, that comes from being Mr. Sheen, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. I got a rep-top holder. I don't think I've even used mine. Hang on. Yeah, no, I still haven't used mine. It's been ticked the whole time.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the way Phelpsy's going, I think he probably used his. His elbows have been out a bit with Rusty there in front of you.
Yeah, he's been going pretty hard. And yeah, Rusty's giving him a hard time, isn't he? It was pretty good to watch out where I was sitting.
Yeah, well, there was one point they were indoors, and then the next lap they'd swap sides and they were in the other doors. So I was like, well, this is good. Yeah. Good to watch. So.
I reckon old Rustler ran him off the track almost at one point. Bloody hell.
Well, so, I I thought Phelps, he just almost put him in the wall then from the apron, but just before we went caution there, but that was good. So we've got about 9 laps to go, so what's the strategy for the rest of the race?
I'll just nail it and see what happens, man. Where am I sitting? 8th, so... Oh, geez, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, we'll see how we go. I haven't been real good firing off myself, so... The more laps the merrier, I reckon, but we'll see how we go. If it goes green, I might be in a decent spot, but... Yeah, I'll be happy if I come away with a top 10, and we'll see what Ruby can pull out of that.
Yeah. Go hard or go home, but we'll let you get back to the boys and your team, and good luck for the finish.
All right, mate. Cheers, boys. Have a good stream.
Cheers. Well, that's Matty Ray in 8th. Got his teammate Ruben Phelps in 7th. Looking for a win, but it's going to be hard yakkers there. And just noticed Ryan Barber out of nowhere is up into 3rd. Peter Matson in 4th as well. So again, we got some fresh runners up in the front of this pack to restart this race. So Kenny taking us away to green. Chris Severa still there in 2nd, and good jump there for Kenny on the green.
Yeah, mega jump. Look at that.
Probably a little bit questionable on some lane changes on these starts, maybe. But again, that's the job for the admin boys and newcomers as well to obviously maybe get a slap on the wrist for. But Peter Matson alongside Ryan Barber looking for a podium. Be good to see Peter Matson get his first podium for the season.
Yeah, we still got a lot of new players up here. We're only gonna have 8 laps to go now already. Oh boy.
Ryan Barber with a big push on Chris Severa there. I think there's, as you said, there was a bit of beef there on that one, wasn't there? You saved that for the end of the race.
What? No, nothing happened between these two. Nothing at all. Nope, no siree. Nothing interesting happened to the track at Arizona and ARCA cars. Nothing at all. It's just coincidence.
Well, the laps are now counting. Will we see another caution, or will we make it to the checkered flag? The way things are going, well, I reckon we could end up another green-white checker tonight.
Yeah, we nearly got it.
Big sand in there on the inside. He's going to get the run. Ryan Barber's hold off on Peter Matson there. It was a huge sand there for Malone.
And he just wrapped the apron and just made so much time. He's in the lead of this race now. Oh, we're going to be wide. Oh, boy. Matty Raymond mixing it up. Look at that. Oh, and Matson wants to make it 4 wide again.
Oh,
dear.
That move with Maloney post-Malone that one through the mail system, didn't he? And pulled that one off.
I feel like I'm about to be replaced. Oh no! Oh, there's contact from Matson and Raymond. What a save by Matty Ray! My goodness!
Are we going 5 wide? Come on, we've got to go 5 wide. Maybe even 6. If we can get 6 wide here, this is going to be an epic corner.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, this is going to end very poorly. Yeah, I saw some
cars on the apron.
Oh no! We're 4 wide! Oh, good God!
Ooh, there's no track.
Oh no!
It's just a sandwich.
Here comes Morty! Morty out of nowhere! Oh dear. And the gray cars are invading again.
Morty's going for the send.
Oh jeez. rest of this race is just going to be me having an anxiety attack for 4 laps. Here come the Barbers, too. And Andy is way ahead of Wellman.
Out of?
No kidding. They better.
There's about 10 cars there between them almost.
Yeah, and they all better get to getting because this top 3 is starting to pull away just a little bit.
Well, Phelpsy at the front, he's wanting that win. He's been hanging out for it, and he's trying his best to keep Adam Malone at bay there. Peter Matson, first podium for him if he can hold on. Andy Barber's coming through though. He wants to catch up. He wants to get back on that podium. Put as many cars as he can between himself and Wellman. 3 laps to go.
But and this is a difficult thing when you're in a championship battle. Andy has to keep that in mind. He's got to be aggressive, but he can't be stupid. He's got a massive amount of points to gain if things stay right as they are. He doesn't need to get himself turned into the outside wall.
Well, it could be the infield. How do you know it's the outside wall?
I mean, like I said, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if someone ends up parked in the turn 3 in the turn 1 grandstands.
Well, we're yet to have the flip, and we missed the big one, so...
Oh, there's still plenty of time for that, and here comes Andy!
He doesn't want Ruben to have a win, does he? He wants the win himself. But he's not quite able to get through there. Cameron Hardwick looking for a podium as well. Phelps and Barber.
Oh, this is gonna cost him so much speed. Look, everyone's there. We're all kinds of wide. I can't even count that high. Oh! And there's Scott. What a save by Andy!
Sideways.
Oh, we're gonna be 4 for the lead. Oh, and around goes Hardwick.
He's lost it.
There's the big one. Oh, yep, there's the big one. Everyone's destroyed. All Andy has to deal with is Chris Severa, I think.
Well, he's got the gap on him, so he's gonna take that win from nowhere.
Yeah. Well, you got your wish there, Paul. We got the big one. And Chris Severa has a black flag, which means we didn't get the win, but I think we're getting a Troy Martinson top 3. Oh my god!
Carbs has just lost it in the background.
Oh my god! What even happened? I have no words to describe what we just saw. This was this is incredible.
Well, there's the unofficial results. So Andy Barber from nowhere in those final few laps, coming through the whole field and taking the win at Auto Club for round 15. Much needed win there for Andy Barber. Coming home second, Adam Malone, and the dark horse Troy Mortensen coming home in third. That's your podium. Todd Maxfield after a great run as well, coming home in fourth. Nicholas Walsh in fifth. Giuseppe Milo in sixth. Gary Wellman. That crash, I guess, the big one, closing up a fair few cars to Andy Barber there, so he come home in seventh. Troy Davidson in 8th, Sammy Kay on his debut run on 9th, and Glenn Wimwell, your top 10.
And in 11th, we have Shannon Wright, Jacob Dean being 12th, Jason Tyerman, Kate Donnelly, Peter Madsen, top 15, Colin Bennett, Daniel Blinko, Maddie Raymond, Derek Jacobs, and Ryan Barber, your top 20. Bob DeJersey, Chris Severa, Ruben Phelps, Nick Burling, Kenny Kanamos, 25, and then Cameron Hardwick, Scott McClintock, Nigel Patton, Tyson Carey, and Rusty Plant rounding out the field.
Alrighty, well, what a finish. Didn't disappoint there, and Carnage, we got the big one. Didn't get the caution for the big one. Disappointed on that. You've got to have the big one sooner in the race, boys, so we can just celebrate on that big one. But tonight was the night of fun and games with the session, so that big one was going to be unavoidable, I reckon. But we'll be right back with our podium placings in just a moment. We'll get them up in the booth so we can have a chat with them, so stay tuned.
The future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland, as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area. Test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Thanks for tuning in tonight for round 15 of the Digi Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOVals V8 Supercar Series. What a finish that one was. But we've got our podium up in the booth, and kicking off, we've got Troy Mortensen coming home in 3rd place, the Dark Horse. How you going, Troy?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Bit of a surprise. Wasn't expecting that with that last lap to go. But no, it was good. Fluke.
Well, come on, you were sounding much more hyped just before the ad break. Where'd that go?
Yeah, exactly. But no, it like I think I was like 14th or 15th, or maybe even been 16th. And then I saw that wreck, and I just thought, I'm dead. But I managed to sneak through, and and then it said I was P4 when I crossed the line. But obviously, poor Chris got his black flag and gave me his spot. So cheers, Chris. I appreciate it.
Well, you made the finish. You didn't take out any teammates tonight, and you come home with the podiums. That's a win for Platinum, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm on painkillers and back drugs and whatnot, and I wasn't expecting to do 10 laps, just because the nerves that I'm pinching. But anyway, I sent it. The drugs worked before the race, and I'm going to have more after. So.
Well, maybe that's the key. Maybe we need to pump you up before the race.
That's it. So what was it, Dagan next week? So bring it.
Well, no, good stuff, and good to have you up in the booth and on the podium for a change. We've had you in the booth a couple of times, but hopefully last couple of races to go, we can have you in the booth again with us.
Yeah, well, hopefully it would be nice. I'm well out of the points, obviously, but I was a bit worried there in practice with a bit of shenanigans going on, but turned out to be not a bad race. But yeah, so and just Ads and Andy, just good race, guys. I tried not taking his out, so hopefully they pay it back to me later on in a race or two down the track.
I'm sure they will, but we'll let you have a shout out to any sponsors and fans at home.
Just Macintosh and Sons, Waveline Tyres, and I think it's OEM Mechanical Services up in Tom Price. It's one of Wade's sponsors. Just Kobe and you boys in the comms there doing your job, and who's the other one? Everything Simulated and Doogie, and just the boys that I raced with tonight. Colin and Jason, Ruben and Matty Raymond. So, cheers, boys. Done.
Alrighty, thank you, Troy. And I was going to throw Cobes under the bus to interview you, but I thought he might be still too much on the hype of having you up in the booth on the podium with us.
Yeah, well, it's not too late, Cobes. It's not too late, son. If only people heard that.
Yeah. Go beep. Anyway, well, we'll let you get back to the team, and we'll chat to you a bit later on anyway.
No worries. Cheers, fellas.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, we'll hand over to James for our second place.
Yes, sir. Adam James in the booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, James, how you going, mate?
Going all right, and that certainly was a motor race. I don't even know where to begin with that. First of all, just because I believe you were one of the few lucky one. No, wait. So where were you in that massive wreck? How did you avoid that? Because I kind of lost track of who went where when everyone was dying down the back straightaway.
I think I was sitting in P3 or P4. I saw it happen on the side of my second monitor, and in the revision monitor, revision mirror, and I was glad I got through that.
Yeah, that was just a wild wreck, and you were able to get the lucky end of a few incidents. You got put into the wall a few times.
Yeah, I did. I think I got about 6 or 8x on those. Just people. I think it's just a few of the new guys in there. They just need to, I don't know, just back up a bit and not race so hard. It's like they're racing lap 10 and they think it's the last lap, but not realizing that a lot of these guys are racing for a championship. But hey, yeah, I didn't spin out, wreck or anything, so I'm pretty glad.
Yeah, and take us through the mindset that you have to go with when you can tell that a race is going to be pretty aggressive as tonight's was.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Like, you go in trying to think you got a game plan and a strategy, and and it can just ruin it with the cautions that come out. So you got to quickly change, and yeah, it's just one of those races where you just got to go with the flow, really.
Yeah, you can say that again. Well, that was a fantastic run for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, big shout out to you guys putting the broadcast on, and Kobe for the series, and for my sponsors, it's Mishi X-Girl Garage, RBI Trading Cards, 7-Eleven, Sydney Pool Servicing, and the Southern Stars team.
Pretty well, we appreciate you, Adam, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Thanks, boys.
Alright, back to Paul for our race winner.
Alrighty. Well, somehow he's done it again. Don't know how, with a few laps to go. Come from nowhere. I didn't even know where he came from. And he's back on the top step of the podium, Andy Barber.
How you going, boys?
Yeah, good. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty tough week. Went away for the weekend, downloaded, and come home this afternoon. And yeah, just thought I'd sit at the back and see what was up and try and save the fuel and tyre. And then, yeah, we worked through the cautions throughout the race, and then got to the end there and had a fresh set with 10 to go. So I thought it's time to let it rip.
Well, it's been a tough couple of weeks for you, and you know, you had Junior, I think, on the podium last week, and now you got yourself on the podium again with the win tonight. So I'm sure the family will all be cheering for you and all behind you with that one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week, you know, things were still a bit fresh for me, and things weren't really clicking into place, and really couldn't get my brain into gear. But it's nice to show up tonight and bang doors with Ruben with a couple of laps to go. I spoke in the green room to him earlier, and he actually thought the second last lap was the last lap. That's why he was so defensive to the line, and we were just banging doors. So, no, it's good to spot paint with him, and yeah, no, good result for the team. Pretty happy.
Yeah, I know. We sort of briefly spoke with Phelps earlier, just having a chill chat before the race tonight, and I know he was looking for a win. He's been looking for that win pretty hard with you and Wellman. That is just in front of him there on the championship as well. So just hasn't quite been able to get himself on the podium as much as he'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been strong all year, and the top three, Gary, myself, and Ruben, we're all pretty close up the front there. So just trying to gain every advantage that we can at this point in time. But yeah, no, it's you know, pretty good for us. We just really looked after the car and the tyre. I was surprised that there wasn't more meatballs on the table than what I thought there might have been. That could have been to the fuel save, but I noticed the Sim boys went on a slightly different strategy as well. So it was easy. It was easy to see what played out and then try and make a call based on that decision. So.
Yeah, that strategy from them, they managed to come out with a pretty good gap on the field, so they didn't go down a lap, whereas some of the others come out into the field when they stopped. But obviously that caution for most of the front runners there to get their pit under. I did notice the Sim boys came in on that caution as well, so not too sure if they maybe miscalculated the fuel stop or something in that pit stop to get that pretty good stop there. But yeah, I thought they might have been all sort of at the front of that restart there maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the fact that they pitted at that time, they would have been green all the way to the checkers there. So had we have gone on a long run there, it could have been a different story, because their strategy may have played out. They would have definitely been in front of us on the rubber. So it'd be a case of trying to catch them at the back end of the race. And just want to also personally thank Gary for dedicating his win last week to Dad. And yeah, it's really appreciated. And I'm feeling the vibes around the league. So it's really nice to be looked after and considered, and yeah, sending their thoughts to us.
Yeah, well, the love and support is always there for those, and pretty much like a bit of a family here anyway, from the league to everyone as well. So it's a shout out there to to Gary as well for that. But yeah, nice little handful of points back in your pocket over Wellman tonight. We finished in 7th, I think. So they will come in handy for you with a couple more rounds to go yet. So I think we got 3 to go maybe. So hopefully close up that little gap there a bit more and get you back into that fight for the championship win.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's pretty much my mindset now is just looking after the car into races and just essentially racing Gary and Ruben there. So as you mentioned, you know, coming into three to go with Talladega, Nashville, and Kentucky. Certainly going to be interesting next week with Talladega. You got to be really smart with how you race that race. You don't want to be out early. So yeah, that things could go either way, and it's you know, one bad race at Talladega could you know, really change it for either of us or all 3 of us. So yeah, going into next week, we just need to be prepared. I'm probably the strongest on super speedway, so I'm a little bit more confident. But yeah, you just got to roll with it, and I'm just happy to race these boys week in, week out. As you saw with Ruben and I, we're just bashing doors down the front straight 4 or 5 times and swapping paint. That's what we love to see. That's what everyone loves to see at home too. And yeah, it was really good to race him tonight.
Well, I was going to say with super speedways next week, and your team's got some pretty good super speedway drivers in the team there. I was going to say we're going to maybe see a few more cars on the field with maybe D-Mac and Tom coming back for that one, or?
Well, Tom's coming back from Tomorrowland. I saw his Facebook yesterday. I think it was skydiving at the time, believe it or not. But we'll definitely have, hopefully have Tom back by then. And yeah, I mean, the Sim boys, they're going to be strong there. They've got a lot of people in their team. It's a draft-dependent track, so we kind of have a slight disadvantage there. So we got to kind of just use our brain and read the race, and hopefully we end up on the top step at the end.
Yeah, hopefully there's a few other drivers that are around, and I'm sure everyone will work with you anyway. So, yeah, just got to play that smart, as you said, get the strategy right, and see what happens. But anything can happen at Talladega. So, yeah, eyes forward, and hopefully those results will come next week as well.
Yeah, 100%. Just channel that inner Ricky Bobby, eh?
Well, I did say we had the Magic Man on track tonight with Tyson Carey, who just disappeared in the front of the field in a wreck. So
it's probably a good thing that he towed out of there, you know, with heaps of cars piling into that corner. So it's probably a good thing.
Is that what happened? We just saw a cloud of smoke and he was gone. It was like, where'd he go? You'll have to watch that one on the broadcast. You'll see why. We were like, where's he gone? He's just vanished. So
he's pulled a Houdini.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, we'll let you have a shout out to your sponsors and everyone at home.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, shout out to Inside Lane Productions, the broadcast, the commentary team, everybody that puts this all together week in, week out. We love to see it. We love to watch it. The podium as well. Congratulations to Adam and I think Troy as well.
The dark horse.
Oh, Troy got third. That's really, really awesome. Congrats, Troy. And yeah, just the Southern Stars team, myself, D-Mac, Tom, Junior, Adsy as well, are all playing a part in the series this year. And yeah, just a shout out to Mum up at Mumsy up at Takura, and yeah, just love from our family. So thanks, boys.
All right, thanks, mate, and we'll see you next week. Well, James, that was Auto Club, 80 laps. And that didn't disappoint. Obviously, a little bit of a mix-up with setups and session loadings coming into tonight, and it definitely made for some good, hard racing tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was... we were hoping that this race would put on a show, and yeah, I think it put on a show. I don't think that's a race any of us are gonna forget for quite some time. Just wild racing, wild scenes, and yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I've had some wild races and had some not so much wild races when it goes green at Auto Club as well, where everything just stretches out, but these was definitely one of the more fun runs at Auto Club tonight. So Podium there once again. Andy Barber with the win. Adam Malone in second, and Troy Mortensen coming home in third. But next week we move on to round 16 of the Doogie Mobile and Everything Simulated OzOVals V8 Supercar Series, and that retro round as mentioned. So again, everyone tuning in tonight, we need your help next week to put in the chat who you think will be the best retro livery there that the drivers have been painting up in the booth hard through the last couple of weeks. So chuck that one in the chat next week when you tune in, and we'll be giving away that TWR setup to the winner of that one. But thanks again to our other sponsors, TWR Setups, 131 Web Radio Network, Scotcher Race Fuels, obviously Inside Lane Productions, Kobe Jordan putting on the show for us once again tonight, James Watson joining me in the booth, and myself, Paul Jackson. But from all of us here tonight, we hope you have a good week, and we'll catch you next week.